Hello friends. Earlier we created a Power BI exploratory data analysis tutorial where we explained how to create this exploratory analysis dashboard on global food wastage data that we got from Kaggle. The data set that we received was this particular data on Kaggle, which is global food wastage data set, where we have country, year, food category, total wastage in tons, what is the economic loss for that particular data, and we have several other columns like average wastage. So we have the columns like average waste per capita in kg, population of that particular area in millions. So for every year, for every country, we have this information, with the help of which we created this simple dashboard. Now we will try to replicate the similar thing in Tableau. So some students requested to create it in Tableau. So we are using Tableau Public here. And you may have a different version of Tableau Public desktop or Tableau. So you can use that. Since the file is given as a CSV file, we will use the text connector in Tableau and we will connect the data set. So once the data set is connected, you will be able to see two text files. This is just source URL of that file. Here you can see country is automatically being recognized as a geographical value. Then we have year, which is recognized as an integer value. We have ABC for food category. That means whether there was most amount of wastage in fruits or vegetables or prepared food or dairy products. We will find that total wastage in tons and economic loss in millions. Then we have average waste per capita, which is given in kg, population and household waste percentage. After that we will simply go to sheet, and now we will start preparing separate charts. First of all, we will prepare a simple KPI table, and in the KPI table you can see we have four visuals here. In the first visual we have average waste per capita here. So for this particular case, the field that is selected is average waste per capita in kg. Okay, so in Tableau, because when we are creating a KPI table, so these four will be columns. So first we will bring average waste per capita as a column. So we will call it, and the measure that we will use is average. So on an average waste per capita is 109.5 kg, and this is one column. Similarly, next column is economic loss in millions. So we will add another column here, and this will be the economic loss. Since we are doing it for KPI, you will click on show me and click here. So here you have your measure names, which we will bring to columns. So now we have our KPI sheet is getting ready. So here you can see we have two of them. Now once we will click on them and format. Okay, so what we can do, we can right click and format. So here you can see once we are formatting them, their alignment, everything is given here. So what if we click on A? This is the font. In the worksheet we will set the font size as around 14. Okay, so this will set font size as 14. Then we have the header. In header we can make it bold, and we can select, for example here we have selected a blue color, so you can select a different color for header in Tableau. So I'm just showing how it is different in Tableau. Now we also have the pane, right? In pane, let's say we select this color, so this value will be selected. So for example here we selected this brown color. Here also we can select this brownish color and make it bold. So this is average of average waste per capita economic loss in million. And what we can do, we can let's add four of them, and then we will increase its width. So now measure names are in column, and this is the easiest way to prepare KPIs. Although in other tutorials I have explained how to prepare these KPIs separately also. So you can follow that as well. I will include the link. Sorry for the noise coming from behind. Now next is household waste. So here we did population and total wastage in tons. I'm sorry. So here now we have to put it here. So in household waste, what is the total household wastage? If you want, you can also include average here. Okay, so what is average household waste in percentage, and what is the total waste? So we can include total waste here and total waste in tons. Now we will increase its height. You can see we are not able to see the headers at this moment, so we will click on format once again, and in A, in header, let's try to decrease the font size to 11. So we will be able to see, I think in 12 also. In 12 we are facing some problem, in 11 it's okay. So we will see that. So average of average waste per capita, economic loss, total waste, etc. So we can select them. So this prepares our KPI sheet, and we will rename it as KPI. So this first part is done. We have now KPI ready. So after preparing the KPIs, the next chart that we can prepare is sum of total wastage in terms by food category, which you can see here. So in Tableau, something similar that we can do here. So first let's copy the name from here. So this is sum of total food wastage in terms by food category. We will rename it like that. Now we will rename it as by food category. So here in Tableau we have a pie chart. We don't have a donut chart here. So to create a pie chart, we will need one or more dimension and one or two measures, as you can see here. So first thing that we have to do is, because we have to find out sum of total wastage in terms by food category. So first we will add food category to columns, and then for every food category what is total wastage in tons we will find out here, and here we will have the data. So this is sum of total food wastage in tons by food category. Now this chart seems small, so we can increase its size by pressing Ctrl plus Shift plus B in Windows, or Command Shift B, and then you can see in this particular chart we can also see the numbers over them, and you actually see the legend over here. So in order to show numbers, which is total wastage in tons, you can drag it to label mark. So when you will drag it to label mark, you will be able to see this. So this is our second chart. In the third chart we have sum of economic loss and total wastage in tons by country. So we have information of country over here. We have, for example, we have Canada, Argentina, etc. So country wise we want to see the sum of total wastage by tons, or economic loss, whatever you want to see. So we will create another chart here. We will put country in columns, and we will put economic loss or total wastage, whatever we are analyzing. So here we will rename it, and we will rename it as this: economic loss in millions and total waste by country. We will show only one thing, or if you want to show two different things, then you have to bring that as well. So we will bring total waste as well. Now once something which is geographical is there on column or row, then we can prepare a map chart like this. Okay, and you will be able to see that value. We can replicate the same chart, so we will duplicate it, and here we will remove total wastage. So we will edit the title. So let's edit the title here for example. So by country, and here we are not considering total wastage. So let's remove that. Once this is there, like you can see, for a field map you have to target one geographical value, 0 or more dimensions, and 0 or 1 measure. So now we only have one measure, and now we can target this. And here this gradient shows that where the economic loss is less, that particular value is lighter in blue shade, and where economic loss is more is darker here. We can go to color, edit color, and we can also select something like red, orange, blue diverging from here. So countries where economic loss is less will be shown as a red value, and where it is more will be shown as a blue value, or we can reverse it also. So we can select something like green, blue, white, diverging, whatever you want to select. So we will select this, apply, and then you will be able to see a graph like this. So where economic loss is less is shown in green color, where it is in medium value it is close to white color like Brazil or India or France, and where it is more it is in dark blue color, for example in Canada. So this shows sum of economic loss by country in $1,000,000. So this is something that we can select here. Now there is one important thing here. Once we are creating these KPIs, so let's say on this particular data we add date or year as a filter, and we will add year as a filter. It will appear as a slicer. We'll right click and show filter, so it will appear as a slicer. Now let's say we have changed it here, but it is not reflecting anywhere else. The data everywhere else is same. So that's what happens here. So for example, when you will click here, you have options to apply to all worksheets, only this worksheet, or selected. So we will apply to all using related or all using this data source. Currently we have only one data source. Now here let's say in USA it is showing as 6440123. When you will apply the filter here, you can see numbers are changing. So in every sheet you will see these effects. So that's why it is important for your filters to be applied to all sheets where you want to apply them. That's what happens here also, like as a slicer, when you are applying, it is being applied to all these visuals. So that's what we can do. So this is sum of total wastage in terms by food category, and this is sum of economic loss by country. Next is we are also seeing economic loss by total waste. So we are kind of seeing relationship between them, like if we increase or decrease total waste, will that cause the same kind of effect on economic loss, like will economic loss increase or decrease? So this is kind of used in linear regression and this type of analysis. And for that, first let's copy the title. I'm just copying so that we can save some time. So we will just rename for this visual. This is sum of economic loss in millions by total waste in tons. I think we have copied something different. So yeah, it will be sum of economic loss versus this, right? It should be versus total wastage in tons. My God. So this is right. Now here what we have to do is we can add, first of all we will add economic loss in millions on rows, and we will add total wastage in tons in column. So here you can see on x-axis we have total wastage. Like if this much total wastage is there, what will be the effect on economic loss? So total waste in tons versus economic loss in millions, but it is showing only one value. On the other hand, here you can see many scatter points. These total number of scatter points are actually equal to total number of rows we have in the data, which is 5000. Okay, so in order to do that in Tableau, how you have to do it? In Tableau, you go to analysis and disable aggregate measures. Now you will see the similar kind of graph. Here also we can select some similar kind of color. For example, let's select this color. In Power BI, you are also seeing this trend line which comes from here. How to do that? So for that we have to go to Analytics tab and then bring the trend line, and we will bring the linear regression line. In Tableau actually you will see the line equation also, y is equal to mx plus c. So economic loss in million is equal to 1.00018 multiplied by total wastage in tons plus minus 26.6881, which shows, or this is the value of intercept. So minus 26.6881 intercept of this line on the y-axis, which is economic loss in millions. So it is hitting it in the negative part. So and r squared is 0.94 and p value is 0.0001. So this is sum of economic loss in millions versus total waste in tons. Now in that, so this is our third chart, and we also have population in million and household waste by food category. So here in Power BI we have this very interesting visual, that is line and clustered column chart, but we will just prepare a simple bar chart showing population in a million and by food category, or household waste percentage by food category. So we will rename it as household waste percentage by food category. So we will prepare this chart. For that obviously we will bring household waste percentage and food category here, and you will see a simple bar chart. If you want to show it as a vertical bar, you can switch it. We will, if you want to show this household waste percentage also, so here we can select average, because in that data we are selecting average. So this is average household waste by food category, and here in title also you can rename it, and here in label we can select the same thing. So we, instead of measure as sum, we will select the average value. So this is something that you can select, and here just for learning purpose, if you want to show information for all countries, so you can include the country name in color as well. So you will be able to see for all countries, although we will not do this time, but this is something that you can do. Here also we can select some colors. For example, instead of just a blue color, we can select a green or something related to yellow. So this will show household waste percentage by food category. So now we have our sheets ready. We have the KPI, we have the total waste in tons by food category. This is something we will not use because we are going to use this particular chart. And now instead of new worksheet, we will create a new dashboard. The new dashboard, we have given the minimum size. So we will create a fixed size or automatic. So in automatic we will put the data. It will automatically take the width of our computer. Now in this particular dashboard, first thing that we are going to bring is a text box. So we will bring a text box here where we will put our text. which is exploratory data analysis EDA on global food wastage data, and we are doing it in Tableau. So we will use font size somewhere around 18 pixel. Obviously we have to select first, so around 18 pixel, and we will arrange it in center and make it bold. Click OK. Next we will, so this is our arrangement. In layout you can see we only have one tiled text. Now we will put a horizontal arrangement just below it. In this horizontal arrangement we are going to put KPIs. Okay, so now when you will go to layout, you will see that you have a tile where you have the text, and in your horizontal arrangement you have your KPIs. So this is one horizontal arrangement. Next is just below this horizontal arrangement, because we are trying to replicate something like this. So our KPIs are there. Then we have one row, another row. In one row we have two columns. So we will create that row. So we will put it just below that. Let's see. So you can see just below this horizontal arrangement there is another horizontal. This is not nested. For example, if we add a horizontal arrangement like this, so you can see it is nested. So we don't want nested with that. We want to create a separate row. So that's why we are going to put it here. And now we can, resize them like this as per our requirement. And here you see there are two visuals, the donut or pie chart or the map and the map visual. So first we will put the donut chart thing here. Okay, and let me put it properly. So actually this is this particular chart and this is our actual element. So here we will put it, and then we will put it here. You can see just the gray area, and you can see, and we can rearrange them like that. So this will show us that now, or we can use more width for this particular chart because it is showing graph a bigger area. Now we have this. Next we will put another horizontal element just below this. Okay, let's go to the layout. So in layout we have horizontal element, below that we have another horizontal element. Okay, so where now in this horizontal, first of all let's resize them. So before resizing I will put all the charts. So here we will put this, and we will also create this. Now we have all the charts with us, and we will resize them. Okay, and so that we can show them properly. We have it here. We have to use some area or leave some area for KPIs also. Here obviously we can hide title to save some space, and then we can bring this up, and we can click on this, and we can switch it up. So this way we can create this, and this is title, so we will edit it, and or we can go to the original sheet. So we will go to original sheet, and I will just use the title as total waste by food category, and if you want you can resize it as well. Let's use 12 pixel, make it bold, apply. Okay, and it will automatically reflect here as well. So with pie charts we have to somehow deal with these kind of things. And now our simple dashboard is created. I am not spending too much time on formatting on it. For formatting we have many other tutorials also on our channel. So now you have these different elements put together, and you will see when we'll apply the filter, it will be applied to all the charts. So this is a very simple dashboard in Tableau, a very simple dashboard which focuses on analyzing the sum of economic losses by million by country based on global food wastage data. So I hope you like this simple tutorial and you can spend more time to actually rearrange things here and you know show them in a more proper way. But this is something that you can do at your end. So if you like this tutorial, please like our channel. If you have any suggestions or questions, you can ask them in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day.